Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Pac-Man World 2 20% Tournament 2020. Sorry about the delay, but we're here now with Jets versus Techstrobe, the last of the initial first 4 races. It's sure to be a good one. I'm Lori, I'm here with Mantra. How are you doing?
What's up? I'm doing good.
So
I too have been having internet and tech issues tonight, so
yeah, everybody's just having issues.
Yep.
A lot of people are having tech issues, time issues. I was just playing Mario Kart and now I'm emotionally scarred. It's all fine. Jets and Tech are kind of in the same situation that Mantra and I were actually in during our race, where they're two of the people that have to fight their way into the top 8 on winner's bracket side. Their seeds are right next to each other, 8th and 9th, so might be a little bit closer than we were, even though our race was pretty close, actually.
I mean, it was close until World 3, so.
From my knowledge, we were in Clyde at the same time.
We were. You left a little bit earlier than me, though. I would have beat you if I got Phase 5 correctly the first time, but I did not, and you got ahead of me at that point.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a hard boss.
Yes, it is. I do not have SRL open, do you?
Oh, I do. It looks like they started, so we're just waiting on stream delay. Oh, look at that.
There you go. All right.
Also, Tech is having a lot of internet issues, so that feed might be cutting in and out a lot.
Yeah. But we will at least, hopefully, have his final time in SRL.
Yeah, that's what we're really looking for. So Jets starting off looked okay.
Yeah, you did the hardest level in the game, easy. Oh, Techstrobe is slightly ahead?
Well, the stream is slightly ahead, looking at the timers, but it does also look like slightly ahead in general. So, a lot of rev rolling going on. Pretty simple. Since we're still in the early stages of this tournament, I'll take the time to explain to people that might not know the speed game. A rev roll is kind of like Sonic Spin Dash, if you know what that is. It's you stand in place and charge a very fast-moving roll. It's the best form of movement we have in this run, essentially, because you can do it from just about anywhere, and it interacts with a lot of collision in very interesting ways where you can do all sorts of things with it.
Yes, there's a lot of tech with the rev rolls that has been found and is trying to be implemented mainly recently, in the past year, I think.
Like you're going to see, for example, Jets is going to use this like small plant that looks like it's just a set piece to kind of ramp and jump over pits. Falling into that pit, however.
Didn't jump over that one correctly. No, I'm kidding. Then I guess that means Tech is definitely in the lead. These rev roll, I guess TBRR, or terrain boosting for short, is it's difficult in this level because the geometry is so weird. I don't know if it's due to hitboxes or due to just being in the air and hitting them in the right spots, but Canyon Chaos is where a lot of early runs die.
Yeah, unless you're like me and you do a lot of like safe stuff.
I went for flashy things, don't worry.
Yeah. This is another major level, Packed Out Pond, where big stuff is going to happen. You're seeing on Tech's end, he's going to use a series with Collision to go over that entire pond he just went over without touching the water at all. That's referred to as waterless, and it's pretty good because swimming in this game is slow.
Yes, very slow. I don't know the exact timing, but I think you lose about a second or two from falling into the water.
You lose enough time to where you don't want to fall in the water, and it's easy enough to where you can go for it.
Exactly. Tech going into the first boss here, basically what you do is developers had a small oversight in the game where you can hold pause to time out the invincibility frames and keep hitting the boss to keep continually doing damage. We're getting to this position where Tech is right now, so you can just keep holding basically forward left, I believe is the correct input.
Usually
where you just where you just keep hitting the boss over and over again. You can't get all of the hits off a single rev roll though, so you have to cancel and then do another one real quick.
Oh, and Jet's completely missing the frog on the second go-round there.
There is a backup that he can do here. Hopefully he can do it correctly, because that'll save some time. If not, no, he's not going for it.
Looks like, he messed up and is just going to accept a 3 cycle.
Yep. Tech doing a what is sequence break? That.
Yeah, basically it's just a sequence break. It's just you rev roll off a box and you skip about a third of this level, Bedoing Woods.
Yeah, Bedoing Woods is the first spot that you see the aptly named Bedoings. There's angled ones and then there's red and blue. Blue sends you really high in the air. Red just gives you a little boost. And the angled Bedoings, besides having a glitch in the game, send you on a scripted path. You can't break it at all.
Yes. So you'll see a lot of times, and you definitely saw it in that level, rev rolling off of Bedoings. Ooh.
Oh no.
That's not good. The Bedoings are very tricky. Because kind of like other moving platforms, they do slope around depending on where you're standing on them. So they're somewhat easy to use as ramps for your rev rolls.
Bedoings and Bedoings. Jet's dying again. That's not looking very good for Jets.
Yeah, that is not good.
Techstrobe is dying, which is going to be, I guess, a recurring theme in this race, which is fine.
Yeah. It's only like Treewood Forest. Not a lot happens there.
Do you know if there is an official pronunciation of Bedoings or Bedoings?
I've always said Bedoings. I don't know why the B is there, but I've always said doing over doing, because although it's spelled the same as the English word doing, I think it's supposed to be more the onomatopoeia of bouncing on a trampoline.
Gotcha.
Than it is the actual word doing. Because I don't know where that would fit in.
Both streams dying, just in the restream.
Oh yeah, see there's the Treewood Forest.
Yeah, Treewood Forest, that's done.
Treewood Forest is a very cycle-heavy stage. I said not a lot happens there, but there actually is some stuff you need to keep track of. So, in this stage, the saw blades move back and forth, and it's a pretty long stage. It's like, it's a stage that has like no major skips in it, so there's quite a bit to do in this stage. There is one skip you can do where Jets just decided not to do it, where that angled Bedoing is.
It's extremely hard to accomplish, though, so I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's not even like 2 minutes.
Oh, no! Overshooting that rev roll.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Also, I don't think Jets has done much practice before this. I think he's going into this pretty blind.
Yeah, I think that's
blind, but rusty, to say the least.
Rusty, yeah, for sure. But yeah, there's a lot of places in Treewood where if you're not careful, you can take damage. So one thing I kind of have in my brain, and you're seeing a skip in Butane Pain there from Tech, there's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Basically, Tech skipped a bunch of Bedoings by jumping from a button, and instead of going through the sequence of events that button usually leads you on, you can just kind of jump to a later part of the level. It's pretty nifty.
Yeah. It's also funny how it's just how the other spot is just out of camera view. It's not even like unloaded or anything.
Yeah. From my knowledge, I think every level just might be loaded at once. There's no like.
I think that's true for most levels, but I think the longer levels are not. Unless everything is just on a perfect cycle to whenever you get there, you can just do them. Like the final floating platforms in ITV, but I'm not really sure yet.
I don't know. This level, though, for sure. Like, Butane Pain, without a doubt, is probably all loaded at once.
It's so condensed. There's no... Yeah, it has to be loaded.
That's kind of why this run... Also, really good Inky from Tech. You couldn't really see it through the frames, but Inky's a very quick boss. You can...
Ooh.
It goes into version differences in this game, but basically, you can rev roll into him and stay on his body. And using that...
Oh no!
Branch.
I guess that's undershooting. Undershooting.
Yeah, that was
butt bounce.
That was undershot there.
Pac-Man World was for Game Boy Advance. I don't know. Yes. I don't know about PMW 1, but Pac-Man World 2 for sure was.
Both 1 and 2.
Both were.
That's the thing. There's a lot of GBA and even early DS games that are just like really bad ports of console games. So yeah, there's a version of Pac-Man World 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance, as well as a version of Pac-Man World 3 on DS, which is hilariously somehow maybe more broken than the console version of the game.
I think Pac-Man World 3 was a little rushed, but you know, it's alright.
It was also made by the company that made Glover.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, oh no, that button has very weird hitboxes for some reason. And there's some other stuff that has recently been found. You can also rev roll off that button to just go a little bit further, but it's not really that big of a time save or time loss. Going back to the skip in Treewood, there is a spot that's pretty close to the beginning that you can run or walk in between two planes. There is a flat plane and a sloped plane. And there's a specific spot that you can walk forward in between those planes and get the angled Badooing to start slowly going down and then back up, as if it's basically acting as if you just butt bounced off of it. It's going down and going back up to overcompensate for the downward trajectory. So it goes up and down. It keeps going up and down back to where it originally was. With that, you can actually raise the Badooing to try to get to different spots, which is cool yet very hard to do, because if you do it in a specific position, you will actually slide off the Badooing. But
also,
yes,
we saw there a not laggy example of a really good Inky from Jets.
Yeah. Techstrobe mentioned, he's having a lot of issues before this race started, which is why it took so long to start. So he comes back. Oh no, going for the IL strat in Ice River Run. Doesn't get it.
And didn't get a checkpoint either, so...
I think he was trying to go for it out of the sight. Oh, Tech's back up. He's an AA.
Tech's back up is pretty decently far into Avalanche Alley. Right at the perfect place to explain wind rolls, because Ice River Run is not a level with a lot going on.
Oh no, dying again.
Other than deaths. So that little wind blower in front of that rev roll ramp that you saw is a pretty interesting strat where if you rev roll into it, it actually becomes a lot easier to control the momentum that the wind blower gives you. And we use that to an advantage to our create a wind roll, which you just saw on Tech Stream.
Oh no, Jet's dying again.
Oh my goodness, Jets. Where you can use the wind blower to move a lot faster than basically anything else that you can use in this level.
It's basically a turbo boost. But no, wind boosts are cool, except for when you're in this cave. Dying again, but this time getting the checkpoint. Anyway, yes, wind boosts are good, except for in this cave. You can use them to your advantage, but more time. Oh, he didn't get the checkpoint actually. More times than not, you will hit off the side of the cave and just die, which is
not fast. Not
fast and very not fun to do. Jet's going for it again. This time makes it, by the way. There's a way to use that final wind boost. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if Tech used it to get all the way to the goal without having to grab that Pac-Dot chain, which is extremely difficult.
It looks like Tech just kind of had a mistake on that last wind boost, because it looks like he barely went anywhere with it, and he either took fall damage or ledge grabbed, one of those two, I forget exactly.
I think he took fall damage, because you normally will after that last wind boost.
Yeah.
But
Blade Mountain.
Yeah, Blade Mountain. Blade Mountain is definitely a level that you hold forward on and try to go as straight as possible. That's pretty much Blade Mountain.
Yeah. That little pose where Pac-Man's hands are behind his body is a signal that you're basically going as fast as you can, or you're about to be going as fast as you can. Unlike a lot of games where there's an imposed speed cap and there's ways to get around it to go even faster, I don't think there's a way to break that. I feel like we'd know that if we could just keep going faster and faster.
Not that we know of yet.
Yeah.
I aptly, I guess you could say glitch hunt, but I basically just test things out in the game and see if they work. Like Angle Badooing, that glitch, it just... I was walking on the edge of a Badooing and it worked. That's all I can say, how I found it.
Yeah.
Basically, this game, what I've noticed is this game is very, very linear, except for in the forest levels and in the magma levels. And also, I guess, Ghost Bayou, but other than that, no.
That's what I was going to say earlier.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
This run kind of gets it feels like it gets levels get longer, because as you mentioned earlier, the forest levels are pretty condensed. But as you get further in the game, these levels become a lot more like straight paths. So you get a lot of longer levels because you basically have the same amount of level, but like stretched out differently. The forest levels are some of the hardest to 100% early on because there's just so many optional places you have to go. Meanwhile, levels like Volcanic Panic, you never really go off the beaten path too much when 100%ing it.
Yeah, and on top of, Volcanic Panic's a good example. Another really good example would be, what would... I was gonna say Blade Mountain, but honestly, that's actually kind of not a good example.
No.
I'm not really
also,
sure.
Like Ice River Run. Ice River Run has a lot of little things to the side of that big path that you travel on.
Oh no! Jet's getting hit by a ram.
Yeah.
Oh, he also missed the Rinroll. I didn't see that.
Rinroll, yeah, I saw that.
Oh no.
I was hoping Jets could like 8-frame back onto the Beetling.
Oh yeah, I guess you have to kind of explain that now.
Oh yeah. So what could have happened there? When you are transferred from land to air, in a way where like you have control of Pac-Man, there are 8 frames where you can jump. In that time when you're like technically in the air, and sometimes that can be used to your advantage because if something hits you into like an air state, like a Rev Ram knocking you off a cliff, you won't get into that transition until you're done with like the damage animation. So like you'll be in the air for a few seconds having taken damage, and then suddenly you'll just be able to jump again. Like
I believe that's because Pac-Man's animation goes back to a I guess not really stable, but like his basic standing position. And Jet's dying again to wind boost. That's the final wind boost is one of the most died to wind boost, I believe, in the game.
I think the main thing that you can do off of damage is because damage kind of takes an entirely different state from grounded and aerial.
Yes.
So you still you're not necessarily transferring from grounded to aerial, but you're transferring from like damaged to aerial, which still allows you to 8-frame.
Which is weird because you're actually you're stuck with your downward momentum, which doesn't give you that high of a jump, but you can still jump nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, again, it saves you sometimes.
Yeah. Also, doing it off of those rams, I was going to say, is extremely hard to do because you're stuck in the flying back position or just falling position, which is really hard. But I have managed to do the 8-frame off of the ram.
Yeah, no. There's also a place right below the part right before Final Cave where the Galaxian is, which is one of the collectibles in this game, where you collect it and then you have to play like a traditional Pac-Man maze. There have been many saves where people have gotten hit by a Rev Ram and landed in the Galaxian area. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not close. Oh, okay. We're all the way here now.
We're at the end of my TV.
All right. Wow, the stream. So we have something. We'll explain some stuff that you missed when Jets gets there, I suppose. But for now, I do want to. I'm happy that we're here because there is a skip in this next level that is pretty big that I think it is good to explain.
Hopefully,
so this next level, the gimmick of the level is that you have to keep lowering. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, we're good. You have to keep lowering the lava level in order to get to the end at the bottom. However, there is a way to go out of bounds in this level, and because of like the way that the lowering lava works, there is an out of bounds lava plane that you see Tech just landed on. So there you use the lava to kind of go in between the death plane and the wall, and get into this out of bounds lava plane. You jump across it. You have to do all of this within a certain amount of time so that your metal ball doesn't run out. And then once you're down here, you have to move slowly. You have to move pretty slowly because when falling onto the goal, just like that, you can die. And it's whether you'll die when moving onto that plane is dependent on your speed when you're making that fall. So you do kind of have to like inch yourself slowly. If you just like run up to it and fall off, you will definitely die. It was a pretty nice VP skip there from Techstrobe.
Yeah, VP skip. There's a faster way to do it, which whenever you jump off that lava platform and at the out of bounds, you can just hold back on the control stick for like what, maybe half a second, and you can go instantly into the level complete. But it's just extremely hard to do, is all.
Yeah.
It's very precise, and it saves like what, maybe a second.
Yeah, it saves like 1 second minimum, maybe like 3 tops. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, Tech being in Magma Opus actually. Tech doing he did a room skip a little while ago where you can rev roll off of slopes on platforms to skip a puzzle in a room that saves a decent amount of time. Also doing a bunch of I guess lava walking, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, this is another level where the magma or the chrome ball is important because you want to grab it and then you can use it to get through lava and get to the checkpoint here a lot quicker. That last room right before this last checkpoint is pretty important because it usually is just a cycle-based room where a bunch of platforms come out of the lava and then go back in, and that's really what you want to skip. There was also a skip there at the end of the level. You saw Tech just kind of jumped off the side. You have to go down these slides usually. However, there are in two chunks you can skip going down the slides.
Yes, though there is a way to do it where you can skip the whole slide, but it doesn't save time and it's a little too difficult.
It's riskier and doing all 4 slide skips at once, which is why you saw Tech land on that platform. That was the platform that you usually are on after the second slide.
Oh,
and then there's an easy way to just get to the end. Tech just died on Clyde. So we missed Jets play Pinky. So we missed both players play Pinky, but Pinky is pretty similar to Inky.
What are we playing? Jets into the volcano and texting Clyde.
So Clyde. Into the Volcano has a lot of moving platforms, as we mentioned earlier. This level might be one of the ones that might not be all loaded in at once. So platform cycles are a huge thing here. Also, skipping platform cycles is a very important part. Meanwhile, Tech is working on Clyde. There's a lot of different strats that exist for Clyde. Some difficult, some even more difficult.
Yeah, so Tech went on the second phase of the boss. He went for something called a Rev Jump, which basically you can start a rev roll. A few frames after you let go, you can press A to jump out of it on a slope and gain height instead of going the full distance. Though it is pretty hard to learn. It's just the timing is so precise, especially for Clyde. But if you do it correctly on the second phase, you can save a lot of time, and you can do it on every phase in place of eye bounces, which I don't remember if you explained or not. Did you?
I did not. I don't remember if it's Clyde's left or Clyde's left or right.
It's Clyde's left to our right.
Yeah, so Clyde's left, our right eye of this mech actually has collision. So you can use that in some phases. You use a combination of these slopes. You're going to see it right here. That was good. Using a combination of the slopes and Clyde's kind of weird, funky movement pattern to bounce off of his eye, and get on top of him earlier than intended.
Yeah, you can do the phase 2 Rev Jump is pretty much the meta at this point, but you can do eye bounces or Rev Jumps in place of either in any other phase.
Yeah. Also, Jet's messed up collecting the Chrome Ball, so he's going to opt to just exit the stage and restart it so that he can get a better start to Volcanic Panic, because again, if you take too long, your Chrome Ball runs out while you're still in the lava plane, and you'll instantly die when you touch lava.
Make hitting Clyde's hitbox look trivial. Clyde's hitbox is pretty hard to hit if you don't know how to set up your eye bounces. It basically, there is a quote-unquote timer on Clyde's phases where he goes around the platforms. Oh no, Jet's not getting the fast VP.
I think he went for it.
I don't know if he went for it or just butt bounced too early. If you butt bounce too early, the game sees you as going under the lava and just kills you.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, on Clyde, the hitbox, there's setups to do it. It's just Clyde goes down and then up in his phases. Whenever he's down and he's looking towards you, you can eye bounce. Oh, he missed the platform?
He missed the plane.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
There are some holes in the plane that people fall through every now and then, but I very rarely see people miss the plane. Because usually, even if somebody gets in like a bad roll, like not a great roll, there's still like a pretty good chance that they'll land technically in lava, even if it's not visible, like right outside the plane.
Oh no.
Oh, he fell into... So he landed right in one of the holes I was talking about. One of the more notable holes right soon after you get into the lava plane. If you're too far to the right, I believe it is, you'll fall into kind of right outside this area. That's usually the second to last part before the ending. And I don't really know what you do there. However, there is a skip that kind of involves that section, because there's a very noticeable version difference between the version that everyone's playing on, the English NTSC NA 1.1 GameCube version, and the Japanese version. The Japanese version has a lot of really weird changes, and one of them is that Volcanic Panic actually ends a second sooner. So that version of the game has to do an entirely different thing once you get into that lava plane just to make the skip work.
Yeah, we don't really talk about JP.
And speaking of making the skip work, Jets makes the skip work and gets to Magma Opus.
Yes. Magma Opus, there's a new thing that was just found. You can rev roll off of platforms to do room skip faster, but that's kind of about all. There's also a bridge skip you can do that I did yesterday. It's sort of difficult if you don't know how to set it up. Basically, there's death planes all around the bridge that Jets is about to go on. And it basically falling off of a bridge or just even being to the left or right, you'll be most likely just get killed by death plane because they're just so unforgiving there. Ooh, Jet's dying into attempting room skip because he jumped too early, I guess, or about now.
Yeah, missed the jump. A lot of people will set up on that ledge that you rev roll off to do room skip with a ledge grab. And it looks like Jets just missed the ledge. Missing the ledge again. These platforms, some of the jumps you can make in this room are kind of tricky. Since, as we can do room skip with this method, a lot of these platforms kind of have a very slightly sloped edge to them. You can do some butt bounces on the very edge of the platform to get more distance to make some of the harder jumps in that room easier.
You can also use the lava ball, or the fireballs that fly up from the lava in the room that Jess just passed to damage boost across the lava, since you don't have the metal ball just yet, or the chrome ball. I guess we could talk about Scuba Doo, but Scuba Doo is boring. I think
this is already Shark Attack. Tech has been in these water levels for a while. Tech?
No, this is... Oh no, it is Shark Attack. It's
unfortunate tech issues aside. Tech issues. Tech's actually been on a pretty good run, from what I can tell.
Yeah, this is it's faster than our runs yesterday.
Yeah, it seems like it's been moving pretty quickly. Jets misses. Either it kind of looked like a little bit too far to the right, but also maybe
he went too far to the left.
Too far to the left. Okay, yeah. I usually have the opposite problem, so.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that was... I think he went too far forward that time.
Yeah, definitely waiting too long. There.
I don't know. I haven't done slide skip in so... Ooh! I haven't done slide skip in so long. He butt bounced too far into the slide there.
Yeah.
He might just need to opt to doing this normally.
Yeah. It looks like it.
No?
No, okay, he's still going.
He's waiting too long. Oh, nope, he got it that time.
No, okay. That was kind of a weird... Funny, you saw the camera shake back and forth. That happens sometimes. And
the room skip I did yesterday, since you haven't watched the VOD, I'll try and explain it. It was funny because I was on the very edge of that platform, but to the point where I can go under it to do the quote-unquote super slide skip. It was great.
Oh, no.
Who wasn't checking it? Well, now we're into YPM. YPM, there's not much to talk about.
There's an 8-minute auto-scroller.
Yep.
Jet's getting the first eye bounce.
All right. Going for the second phase. Rev Jump misses it.
Not getting it. Also, we never finished getting around. Those 2 water levels before the 8-minute auto-scrollers are just, on-rails levels, basically.
Yeah, you can't... I mean, you can turn around to try to do something, but it's not going to help. I mean, I doubt you can even do that. Basically, there is something called Mind Boosts. you can hit a mine to take damage, and then you can hit another one at a right angle to go faster.
Yes.
Fun fact about it is that there are action replay codes for the game that allow you to uncap, I think it's movement speed or friction, but basically you just go flying flying forward in the level. You can just finish it by just activating the code. The reason I bring that up is because mine boosting is really similar to that. So I think that developers just capped Pac-Man's move, but whenever you take damage and hit a expanding hitbox like the mine's explosions, it actually pushes you forward and quote-unquote uncaps your movement speed.
Yeah, that sounds more likely than anything I've heard about. So.
Yeah. Also, AR codes crash Clyde for some reason.
Yes, they do.
I think
they might just crash like bosses in general from my.
No, it's just Clyde.
Just Clyde. It's been freaking years since I've used the AR codes that are very notable.
For some reason, if you go too high in the Clyde boss, the game just crashes. It kind of reminds me. I was watching Nacho. It's a clip from Nacho. Nacho brought it from a while ago, and his GameCube hard crashed in Clyde, which looks very similar to how the game hard crashes whenever you use AR codes in Clyde. So that might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. I have
Clyde
no idea.
Hitboxes, by the way.
Oh yeah, Clyde's hitbox gets smaller every phase, and on phase 5, it's basically gone. It's so hard to hit. Oh, trying to go for the eye bounce didn't work. Oh yeah, that was an 100% run. I forgot.
No.
100%. You have to collect every Pac Dot and fruit, including the Galaxians, in every level, and you have to get to Clyde. So Nacho got to Clyde, and his GameCube hard crashed in a 100% run, so he lost all progress.
Good.
It was great. I was looking at top clips all the time because I had nothing else to do.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so basically Jess really wants his eye bounce apparently. So like I said, eye bounces might look easy if you check them out, but they're really not. It's very difficult to get an eye bounce. They were considered to be tasks only for a while. Oh no, Jets might game over. Jets has 4 lives left. If you game over, well technically 4, but if you game over, then oh, he got it. He got the eye bounce. Did get it. He got 1 hit. If you game over, you have to redo all of Clyde.
Yeah, whenever you game over in a stage, you just have to start from the very beginning of it, regardless of checkpoints you collected.
Yep, it's great.
And there we go.
Yay! Jets is now out of Clyde.
So it looks like I don't think we'll have both of these racers in Yellow Pac-Man at the same time. So if it's okay with you, there's something I'd just like to do right now.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so very recently there was a big discovery. There's been somebody in this race's chat on VAR who very recently discovered cheat codes for this game that allow you to do cool things like extra lives and unlock all the levels immediately. It's kind of wild. And, you know, in my own discovery, because there was a notable speedrun strat in Pac-Man World 3 that was found and then like a while later actually found on a glitch board. I decided to look through like cheat boards for Pac-Man World 2 and see if I could find these codes documented before OnVar discovered these recently. I didn't find them, but I did find some really funny, bad cheats that I would like to read during these levels where not a lot happened. So, without further ado, I'd like you all to hear these.
Oh, also, some of these are actually just fake.
Some of these are straight up, like, not real. I think this one might not be real. Tell me if you know what this one is talking about. Ice River Run shortcut. This sneaky little shortcut is located at the point where the first drop-off is found on the Ice River Run level. At the drop-off, where there are plenty of strawberries, drop down to get them, and then go right to take the shortcut.
What?
Do you know what they're talking about?
No, I don't. Oh, is it the tuba doings right at the beginning?
But those aren't a shortcut. Those are just...
No, they're not.
They're just...
So there's two Badooings right at the mouth of the river in Ice River Run. They're two blue Badooings, and they just have collectibles just stacked up, so you butt bounce on them to get them and go back up. And that's it.
You just butt bounce on the middle of them, and you get like a bunch of fruit as you rise up.
Yeah, it's a
detour. Yeah,
it's a detour, exactly.
Opposite of a shortcut. Many of these talking about getting extra lives, such as the most common strategy to get extra lives that a lot of people have used is in the level Butane Pain, or in the case of this cheat, Get Heaps of Lives. Go to Button Pain, and when you get to the first checkpoint, there will be a B-going jump on the B-dongs. Then you will get to this part where there is a razor circling you and an orange button that gives you steel power. Jump on the blue B-dong and turn northwest not very far. There are about 5 arrow B-dongs that take you to a little island with one B-dong just off it. Hit the green button, then you will get 8 lives. Once you have got the lives, die, then go back, then die, then go back, and keep repeating till you get as much lives as you want. Make sure you get the Namco token too.
So, isn't it the orange button? You have to press with the chrome ball?
I don't know what orange button they're talking about.
No, they're talking about a blue button. The blue button they said to get the chrome ball, but it's the orange one on the right.
Oh no.
No. Yeah, the kid posted the link to the article if you want to see it. The article, but I guess it's a thing.
Some people have found alternate methods to get extra lives though. For example, on the Blade Mountain level, there is a cave that looks like a mouth. In the cave, there are 3 lives. Get all 3 lives and then die. Do this process over and over until you have as many lives as you want. It sounds a lot less effective.
Are you going to talk about the
I don't know.
boss 5?
Maybe this one's. I don't have the boss 5 one screenshotted, I think.
Oh, you don't?
We can talk about this one. I have another good one. Another good life strat. The kid will get to that one. We have extra lives. This is how you can get more lives on the game. When you go to the snow levels, look around, break boxes,
wait.
Rebel Rams, whatever.
Text out of YPM, really quick.
Okay.
I want to see what he does for Whale. So Whale is what Tech is on. It's called Mega Whale specifically. This boss, you can get all 4 propellers at the same time. There's 4 propellers. Let me step back. There's 4 propellers for this boss. You have to hit each one 9 times. And you're supposed to only hit one at a time. Knock off one at a time. Then you go through phases and blah blah blah. But with a strategy, you can actually hit all 4 at the same time, hopefully. And
very close.
Oh no! Yeah, you can't do not at the same time, but simultaneously, back to back, basically, before the whale can get away like it just did. That was really close. The reason why he failed that, I'm pretty sure, is because the propeller on the top left. Oh, that was a weird boost from jets I just saw. The propeller on the bottom left, the top left, its hitbox expands when it gets closer to you. So it looks like you'll hit the bottom left propeller, but you won't, because that propeller, its hitbox gets so big, you can't shoot over or under it. You have to shoot to the left or right of it.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But during that boss fight, did you say simultaneously?
I didn't say simultaneously. Xander did, and I read it.
Okay.
Because I said it at the same time, but I meant like in a row. So you go from bottom right, top left, bottom left.
All right, because there's something else in this game that takes place simultaneously.
Oh, God.
It's called Hyper Pack Mode. On the Blade Mountain, you have to jump into the pitfall, will kill you. You have to do this simultaneously. If you do it 51 times, you will turn red. Then Pac-Man is invincible for the remainder of the game. And to fly, you must press X at the top of a double jump.
Wow. Crazy.
This game doesn't have a double jump.
This game doesn't have a double jump, nor does it have a hyper mode, so yeah.
So this is Haunted Boardwalk.
Yeah, Haunted Boardwalk is laggy. Not actually, I'm just saying it because I streams. No, Haunted Boardwalk, it's basically Blade Mountain just with skates, and you can't go any faster than your normal speed.
Yeah. One move that exists in this game that we haven't really gone over is the kickflip. If you press the B button in midair, you do this like kick in the air. That doesn't hit around you; it just kind of hits above you. Is the main use of it. One thing that it's actually pretty cool for is that it can help you control your jump height. So if you press the jump button in this game, no matter how long you hold it for, you'll jump the same height. But if you kickflip, it'll just kind of stop your upward momentum, even if you're not at that height yet. That's something that can be useful in Haunted Boardwalk, because once you get to the first checkpoint, the platforms start falling as soon as you land on them, and so they'll slope based on, you know, where you landed on them. So it's very easy to, like, lose momentum if a platform slopes upwards against you. So, like, keeping track of where you're landing on the platforms can save just small amounts of time throughout the whole level. And it's a long level.
The pillars, if you grab onto one and it starts falling, you might as well just die. You can't, for some reason, you don't have enough momentum to get up onto the top of the pillars to save yourself.
Yeah. Game design.
Game design. I mean, someone designed YPM, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goody goody gumdrops.
Well, you're welcome to read more of these amazing strategies.
I don't really have any. I don't have any more, although Tech is back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since Tech is lagging and we only have YPM to show.
Unless... Oh, okay. I switched audio right as the stream died again. Unless somebody wants to go find me that whale one you referenced earlier.
I can get it.
Alright, yeah, that would be great.
I'll read
that
it.
That one was great.
Alright, hold on.
Oh, yeah! We'll get to that, Xander.
Let me find the... Okay. How to beat Boss 5, aka Spooky.
Mega Whale.
Wait, really? Boss 5 is a Mega Whale? Oh, Blinky. I forgot about Blinky. Blinky. So forgettable. Anyway, so... Yeah, how to beat Boss 5, aka Mega Whale. You're in the submarine. Shoot the other bad guys, and when you get to Whale, keep shooting him. You'll get a checkpoint. Soon, he will be defeated. You get to the final area. That's it.
That's it.
That's all.
Why did we take all that time explaining the strat? That's really all we had to say.
Because it was good.
Do you like moving platform cycles? Because guess what night crawling is?
It's heaps and heaps of moving platform cycles. Oh, did you talk about the maze in night crawling?
No. That doesn't exist!
Yeah, there is.
Wait.
There's a maze in night crawling.
Hold on. Fuck.
Yep, you're about to see it. Tech's about to go up to the maze in night crawling.
Oh, you.
Alright. Maze in night crawling. This is a very hard maze, and we're done with it. Basically, you just walk straight, right, left, straight, and you're done with a maze. It's really supposed to be a maze because you're supposed to find an apple from a spider in there so you can actually get to the end of the level. Without that apple, you can't progress.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily, you can get an apple from the box at the very beginning of the level, and that counts.
Yeah.
And you also have to get a cherry from a skeleton right after that maze, so you can open up one single box that can't be skipped no matter what you do. No.
Yeah. So these fruit chests, we didn't explain them because they're usually not required.
There's two in this whole... Three, I think, this whole game that's required for any percent.
Yeah, there are 3. Basically, they're these chests where if you have at least one of the fruit printed on the chest, you can open the chest and get whatever's inside. They're usually always optional, except for some reason Nightcrawling decided to have apple chests, 2 apple chests and 1 cherry chest. Is it cherry?
Yes, apple cherry.
Yeah, 2 apple chests and a cherry chest that you are required to open to progress within the stage.
Techstrobe is dead. No,
yeah,
his stream died.
Techstrobe has been having stream issues for the past while. Unfortunately, they just keep happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we get more glitches and guides on how to beat bosses, right?
Yeah, I don't really... There's one left I have to mention, and we haven't encountered that level yet, so I'm gonna wait.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Well, I think by this point, Tech is most likely in Ghost Bayou, so I'll explain Ghost Bayou. Basically, Ghost Bayou is a long level. It's just a maze, basically, like every other level in this game, apparently. It's a maze where you have to go around and try to find the correct path, but you know, there's a little bridge that you can that you have to go up to get to the first pack dot chain, but you can just roll under it because hitboxes. The developers did not program a hitbox under the, or I'm sorry, an invisible wall under the bridge, so you can just skip to basically the end of the level.
Yeah. You don't technically skip to the end of the level, but there's this one part of the level where there are like 3 or 4 dirt paths that are all like lined up near each other. That's kind of a thing in the level, is that there's a lot of dirt paths that are right next to each other.
Speaking of which, you just finished net crawling. Also, you got weight skip. Nice.
Yeah.
And crawling goes by.
And you can roll using weird collision from one dirt path to the other. And when you do that thing under the bridge, the dirt path to your left, once you start moving in the direction you want to move in, is the one where the end of the level is. So you just kind of have to go activate the end of the level. And then weight skip is a thing where you do an 8-frame jump, which we explained earlier. You jump as soon as you get out of the pack dot chain, and if you jump into the goal before the cutscene starts, once the goal spawns, you instantly finish the level instead of having to wait for you to regain control of Pac-Man. So Spooky is the final boss. You can't see it, but in order to beat this boss, you have to kickflip him 12 times, or if you are a game guide writer on weird game forums, 11 times.
I saw Tech is back and he beat the game. So
yeah, Tech has finished on SRL with a 4450. GG's.
Which is really good.
That's really good, yeah. And Jets finished Pac-Man at 4450.
Ooh, this is gonna.
So basically, the thing that makes Spooky very quick, because he's a very difficult boss, is the first 2 phases. What you can do is, if you time it right, you can jump and kickflip him in his initial position before he gets the ability to move. And with that, you can just beat those first 2 phases instantly. You can technically also do this to phase 3. However, it's, I think after the second hit, essentially frame perfect to do it, and not super consistent. So a lot of people will just get to, I don't know what this is, Tech.
It's,
a lot of people will just...
Wait, you've never heard of it? That's McKid World Rally.
Oh, okay.
It's the racing game from McKid World. Have you not heard of it?
Oh my god, it's McKid World Rally.
That game said to be only a digital release. That's crazy that he got a physical copy of it.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Anyway, you should probably finish your explanation of Spooky.
Yeah. The last one is really hard to do. So a lot of people will just go for 2 stun lock hits on the 3rd phase and then chase him around, like, not really the intended strat. What the game, I think, wants you to do is wait for him to lower himself, and you can kickflip him. But it's pretty easy to kickflip him without him lowering himself if you're able to catch up to him. But before he lowers himself, he does move around really quickly, so it can be pretty hard. You have to kind of chase him down, know what he's going to do, and, you know, do your own movement right.
Yeah, so I can explain that. So yeah, the game wants you to wait for Spooky to shoot 5 things out of his staff before he lowers himself to charge up for a mega or hyper attack or super attack, whatever you want to call it. He then lowers himself, and that's when you're supposed to kickflip him. But you're only supposed to get 1 kickflip off and do that 4 times. But
no.
4 times for 1 phase. But
yeah, no, we're not doing that.
No, that takes so long. But yeah, so now we'll actually get to see all of Haunted Boardwalk, Nightcrawling, and Ghost Bayou in their entirety.
Hopefully.
Don't jinx it.
Okay. Will do.
It doesn't matter. I don't know if he's gonna want to come in for an interview.
Martin is done on the thing, so he should have hopefully gotten an invite. I'll ask an SRL anyways.
Okay.
But never mind. I don't have to ask.
Anyways.
Hello.
So, how's it going?
I don't know what I summoned, but I think I was on the best pace by a good amount.
That was a really good run, yeah.
I was in between levels, in the middle of levels, constantly having to restart the stream.
Honestly,
I don't know if it caught, but I died like when I was going across GB. after the skip, not they're doing the skip.
No, you cut out at the end of night crawl after the first cycle of night crawling, and then you came back in doing weight skip. That's it.
We did not see basically any of GP.
I think that lost me like 20 seconds. I died on Clyde. I do phase 1 and phase 3 normally, and those are the two I die on. And I think I legitimately could have gotten the top in time.
Hey Tech, I have
but
it
wouldn't be allowed.
I have a very important question for you.
What's that?
How did you get a physical release of the Kid World Rally, and where can I get one?
This is mine and mine only. No, you didn't see anything. Nothing's on stream.
Does your uncle work at McKidd Laboratories?
I heard that he's making a sequel soon.
He leaked it to me. I already know what it is, but I'm not going to spoil.
McKidd Kart Rally?
I'm not going to spoil. But yeah, no, that was really good. Sad that most of it got cut out. We got to see a decent amount of your level play, though.
Yeah, we did get to see some stuff, and a lot of what we saw was real. So,
the second half wasn't bad.
You could have just told us you had the best run ever, and we would have believed you.
Actually,
no. If it wasn't a PB, it was the worst run I've ever had. But...
I understand. Was this not a PB?
This was 35 seconds off PB.
I didn't know you had a sub 45.
Yeah, I have a low 44.
Dang.
I think this could have had a chance to 42, which is kind of what I want before I stop playing, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been so distracted in my life and still managed to outperform.
Jets just was not having a good run. He died in a lot of places.
Yeah.
I don't think Jets has practiced since the last tournament.
He said that he didn't, and he only just started playing him yesterday.
Yeah, it shows, sadly. He died so many times in Avalanche Alley and so many times in Glide. Also Magma Opus, I forgot. He was just missing a lot of slide skips.
I think I may have folded some stuff. I don't know if it caught, but I think in Scooby-Doo I got 2 ridiculously good mind boosts, and I never get good mind boosts like that. I think it caught the one at the end, but there's another one.
No, it caught the beginning of Scooby-Doo and then the middle of Shark Attack.
Oh, well, I got the 2 the best kind of mind boosts. It just flew, and well, I wasn't local recording. I know I can't local record and shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
And even though this issue I'm having is solely based on network, but it's kind of I don't know what it would have done if I also recorded. I'm sure it would have. I wouldn't be able to actually stream at all. Almost.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people say that it's good to have local recordings of runs, but it is very taxing on PC, and a lot of people can't do it. So it's kind of like a dilemma there.
I never do it because I never have frame drops. I haven't had frame drops in ages until this network crap started.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know the issues with recording and streaming for me, so I wasn't even gonna attempt it. I haven't even tried to see what it was like. So I also think I would have dropped less frames if we did this.
It's really shitty about what's going on, but I won't get too much into that because Jets is finishing up night crawling with no health. So let's see how this goes.
I mean, at this point, I don't really know what's gonna hit him.
Nope. Okay, he's good. No, that goes to the very end of the bridge. It kills you if you butt bounce off that bridge and go straight into the ghost. You will die and have to go back to the last checkpoint. Which is
fun!
Platform cycles. Yeah, it's fun. There is a backup you can do for that though, but it's difficult. Okay, all right, Ghost Bayou. Here's the Ghost Bayou skip. If Jets does it, I'm not sure if Jets actually goes for it.
I really hope so.
Yep. All right. He's doing
That's the first part. So yeah, going under that bridge, like you said. Oh, that was kind of scary.
Camera. Oh, also camera's bad. Oh no. Camera's bad in this game. Actually, I could explain a little thing that happened there. Just a very little thing. So this game is programmed so good that if you hold a direction towards most walls or solid surfaces, you actually start rev rolling up them. So instead of just hitting them and bouncing off, you actually start getting an upwards incline off of most things. Oh no, that skeleton. How no. Yeah, but this is not a very good run for Jets, but it'll be alright.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to the best of us. I mean,
absolutely.
My first run after coming back, I couldn't get past Clyde face fly. It was horrible. I was racing my kid and I couldn't. Yeah, he basically was in I think Shark Attack, and I was on Clyde. I could not beat Clyde. It was horrible. But luckily, in our race yesterday, I had a pretty good Clyde. So, yeah.
I wanted to show this off on the stream, but I'm going to do the in-game code.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we were talking about cheat codes, real and fake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. The fake ones are the best ones, though. You may not actually have enough time to Jetsons on the Spooky, but you can go through if you want. Oh, just got weight skip. I didn't see that.
So 2 hits starting off Spooky. In these phases where you can full stun lock, you usually want to start off by doing just 2 hits instantly, but then for the next one, for the next 2, you want to go a little bit to the left side. Makes it just a little bit easier.
Alright. So Tech is going to show off the cheat codes.
Yeah, gonna show those off now.
I need to stop and restart.
Also, Jet's gonna purposely die at the end of the phases of Spooky in order to set up for the stun lock once again.
Yeah, so these were a thing in the game apparently. Yet no one knew about it till 2020. And this game came out in what, 2000?
2002, yeah.
22. Oh dang, that's crazy. But yeah, you can. It pops up on screen, shows you all levels, everything. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly crazy how no one found out about it. Then again,
it's very surreal.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I was thinking that they would have done something like that because it's around that era where a lot of games are having cheat codes in them, but this one never had it. So I was like, I had a feeling there would be some form of cheat code, or I know there's most likely a dev menu, but that's probably never going to get found out.
yeah, like a debug menu.
Exactly.
I think like maybe just in 2019 or 18, forget which year, TTYD had a debug menu found.
I think it was 2019.
Yeah.
But,
Jets finally finishes.
Yay!
So GG's to Jets.
GG's to both runners.
Mm-hmm.
Tech, you got screwed by your internet, but it's alright.
It's gonna be like this for months, I'm sure.
Most likely until this is over, because more people are going to be online.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of sucks, but...
I literally can't stream anything, so...
Well, hey, you get to move on.
Streams. I'm gonna have to record runs offline.
You get to continue on in the winners bracket.
You get to race the world record holder.
Oh yeah, Dave.
Well, not anymore the world record holder.
Yeah,
oh, well.
yeah, Frog sucks.
Oh, Frog!
How does he lose record like that? Like,
yeah. So, wait, the record's
literally
been
got
3 times in the past like 2 days, right?
Yeah, no. Ever since like the tournament announcement, the record has gone down by like a lot.
Almost a minute now.
Frogs got flossed and dabbed on, so
the record was.
I wouldn't worry about beating.
The record was I think it was a 40-50 starting off.
40-50, like 1 or 52 or something like that.
Yeah, and then McKidd got I think it was. I don't know specific times.
43, and then that was like his second record that he held, and it was also for like an hour or something.
It was like 3 or 4 hours. Then Frogs came back and got a record of 40:30, and then Dazed came back and got a record of 40:12.
Yep.
Everyone was just waiting for Dave to come back and destroy the game.
Which he surely did. He surely delivered. On a side note, there's also been a few PBs this past week too. Or not past, I think past 2 weeks. Which is interesting. Let me see. Anyway. 4011. Right. 4011. Is Jet's gonna come in, or do you not know yet?
I don't think so at this point. He's not an SRL. The SRL race doesn't finish because he disappeared from the room at some point.
Let me check.
But I did mark
Nope.
him as done. Okay.
He's not in. Okay. Yeah, this game is being a lot more active than it has been. I like the annual tournaments. I don't know if I said that, because it gets a lot of people together to, play a game that they all enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
To different amounts.
Yeah.
I have been extremely inactive this past year on this game, but
Yeah, I basically haven't played until last tournament, so...
yeah, same. So, another tournament coming up, hey, look, you get to play. But then you have the people who grind this game because I don't know, which means they're the world record holders right now. They've been grinding the game. I don't think McKid ever really stopped grinding this game.
No, McKid's crazy with this game.
McKid's crazy, and then Frogs plays a decent amount, and I know Daze plays at least once a week, maybe maybe less, but still. I know Daze has been playing a decent amount. But no, it's amazing to see how many people improve so quickly, especially the 3 contenders for the top 3 right now, I guess. So, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, with that, I don't have anything else to say.
I have expended all of my things I wanted to say.
Same here.
Oh yeah, don't forget you have to kickflip Spooky 11 times.
Yeah. See you next race.
Yeah, next race will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST,
Yep.
which is me versus McKitty guys. 05. I'm sorry, McKitty SR.
McKitty SR.
Or
Make
just
sure to check that out. Or yeah, depending on who you are.
Yeah. But that will be interesting to watch since
It sure will.
yeah, McKid's been grinding. So we'll see what happens. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to come back tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.